see from the scrimmage after?
That's right. I haven't talked to you since the scrimmage, huh? I loved the third down conversions that we had. We kept the ball moving. Had a lot of really good competitive catches and throws and really good protection. And then I was a little disappointed on our third and short stuff. We had to go for it on fourth down 6 times, but we were 5 of 6 on fourth down. So that was encouraging because we always talk about recovering. We always talk about going on to the next play. We were in that part of the field where we could go for it, and we executed. So there was positives of that, but we can't not get a 3rd and 1. That's ridiculous. We have to be 100% on that. So I thought Drew was efficient. I thought Drew knew where to go with the ball. I thought we caught the ball well. I thought we ran the ball well at the point of attack. But we had a long way to go, you know. But it was exciting for the first scrimmage. We're so far ahead than we were when we ended spring, and that's where we want to be in the first scrimmage of camp.
Any week into this, how do you feel about your offensive tackles right now?
Better than the spring. I've done a lot. They did a lot of work this summer. We really wanted to make sure the speed rush, the up and under stuff that we were getting, those guys contained. We saw in the spring game it wasn't so good. So at times, I think they're getting better, but with a lot of work left to do.
What is your overall assessment of the offensive line as a whole, depth and ones and all that?
I think we got good depth, and that's exciting. We got to keep moving some guys around, develop a third tackle. You know, George has been out there a little bit, so we're in certain parts of team. We're moving him out there just to make sure. Landon's getting some work over there. He keeps developing, and you know, I think that group is really smart. I like them. You can tell them one thing and they do everything they can to get it fixed. You don't have to keep correcting it. So I really like that group, and they've done a nice job. We were a little sluggish today. You know, you could tell you're in about number 10, 11. You know, we were on the ground more today than we've ever been. So coach addressed that, and that's where we've got to change. That's where we've got to be tougher, and they've done that. It's been so far so good, and so it's going to be good to get their bodies right now and then come out for a double day tomorrow. It's our 3rd double day, and they've got to push through. And this is where we're going to find out and define our football team, as Coach Stoop said. That's been the challenge to all of them.
Who's the guy you haven't had to worry about that from, or a couple guys? Are there any that 10, 11 in have not really missed a beat on offense?
You know what? I think Toth for sure. You know. He hasn't missed a snap, hasn't missed anything. You know, a couple of our guys have had cramps and gone out, and you know, he's the workhorse. He's that guy. I think Drew's led pretty well. We're just going out there, and we always talk about playing the game. Every snap, every rep, that you're playing the game at quarterback. Yeah, I would say John Toth. He's our dude.
What have you seen from Corey Baker?
Another great play out here today. A little bit of inconsistency, but he's playing faster than he's ever played. He's trying to play more physical than he's ever played. And you know, you get banged up out there, and you got to fight through it. So, you know, you know, he's got to get through the whole camp. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for him to finish the camp and then getting into the season so we can count on him. But right now, boy, he's done a good job.
How has he changed his approach since you first got here, just on a day?
Well, I don't know. Well, I guess since I've gotten here, it's just everybody's the same. You know what I mean? There can't be anybody different. I don't care who you are, if you're the starter or if you're the 4th team guy. We're trying to make it, and the culture that Coach talks about, it's team. You know, I talked about that early, that man, we got to be on the same page, no selfish players, and all together, you know. And I think that's what we're creating, you know, that you can't be late to meetings, you can't not do the things that we're asking you to do. And I think that's what we're getting right now. I really feel like it's becoming just a really tight-knit group, and getting tougher, and I love that.
Is that a luxury that a staff maybe doesn't have early in a rebuilding process, to tell your playmakers, hey, I'm going to sit you down if you miss a meeting or here and there? Is it something that as you finally get some depth, you can?
I think there's a fine line.
You know.
I think there's a fine line. I think there's no question.
Eddie, how many of the 2 freshman running backs, you think they'll both play, one play? Is it too soon to tell where we are?
I would say it's too soon to tell. I would say Benny right now is really trying to make a move. You know, he's done a really good job of understanding what's going on in the offense, and he's shown that he can be physical. So, but again, we've got another scrimmage. So I'm looking forward to Saturday when again the lights go on, we crank it up, and then everything's in. And but right now he's done a really good job. AJ's still learning, he's still going, but talent-wise, I'm really excited about them. I think they both have the talent to be SEC running backs.
Ideally, how many running backs do you run in your normal rotation?
Well, I don't even. You've got to have 5 healthy ones all the time. I think we're not gonna play 5, but if 2 are going and they're getting it done, then we'll go with 2. If we need 3, we'll take 3.
Eddie, how is Ross been, considering he hasn't played in 2 years? Ross, Ross.
He has the last probably 2 days. You can see he's starting to pick up the offense. Love his big body. Had 2 really good catches in the scrimmage. A good touchdown where you can see you get the one-on-one mismatch. Gave him a chance to catch the ball. So his is going to be about any transfer is learning the offense, learning how to play at this tempo. Sometimes you don't play at this tempo or that type of how fast the bullets fly. So I think he's really improving, and he's got to continue to do that for him to be on the field at first. He might be one that, I don't know, we'll see how it goes. If he's ready, then he gets some snaps. If not, might be the 6th game where he helps us, but that'll all be on him as he progresses.
Eddie, what's the plan with Boom as you're going to ease him into more action as camp goes on? You'll have it kind of outlined, or
yeah, so far he's been in everything. I mean, he's getting whacked around. He's in blitz drill now, everything. So we're just moving forward each day as it goes, and then Coach Stoops makes the decision on where we're going to go the next step. Good. Started out slow. He had a death in the family, and then he came back, missed a couple of days, and I think he is now back to where he was in the spring. He really has looked good the last, probably his last 3 practices. He looked like the Saheem. I was a little nervous at the beginning, but he came back and he was sluggish and didn't like where he was at, but I like where he's at right now.
Eddie, how is Steven Johnson?
He struggled a little bit in the scrimmage at times, making the decisions, finding his checkdowns, overthrowing people, overstriding. But he did some things that guy can do in open field, making plays, scrambling, running the ball, and then he made some plays. So just what I would say right now is inconsistency with him. He picks that up. We just got to get him a little bit more fine-tuned for Steven.